Hi, and welcome back for the third and final part of our lesson on Let It Be. This is a new section on tablature. This song has three places where instead of strumming, we do a little finger picking. And I'm going to show you how to do this, starting with an introduction to tablature. Tablature is a way that some people use is a simplified way of reading music. It's used very, very commonly for guitar players and for ukulele players. So this is what it looks like. It's got four lines, and if you read music, you think that a staff has 5 lines, and that is normally true. But for tablature, it uses 4 lines because each line represents a string. Now, what makes this so confusing and why it's going to take a little bit of time to wrap your brain around it is because the top line right here actually represents the bottom string on your ukulele. If you take your ukulele and put it up against this board or against this video, you'll see, and turn it around, the top string, I'll show you with my ukulele. So if you take your ukulele and lay it against the strings, this top string corresponds with this top line, and this string with this line, and this one with this one. When you take it and put it against yourself, that top string now becomes the bottom string. This is why it's so important to think in terms of string number 1 being at the bottom, string number 2 coming up 1, 3, and 4, and it corresponds to 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right? It can get really confusing at first, but I'm going to try to make it simple for you to play what's written here. So it starts off, if you put your third finger on that first string, this is just the chord, the C chord, but we're going to pluck it out a little bit differently. We're going to use our first 2 fingers and pluck these first 2 strings. That's those 2. And then take your thumb and pluck an open 4th string. And do that again. Okay, so this first section is 3. Now for this part, we're going to actually create the G-shaped chord, but we're not going to strum it. You're just going to put your fingers on that fingering position, and again, you're going to pluck the first 2 strings, and then use your thumb to pluck the 3rd string. So that section sounds like this. So we'll do these first 4 parts. Starts in the C chord position, and then the G chord position. Now for here, you're going to you're going to use the 5th fret on the 2 middle strings, the 2nd and 3rd strings. And to make it simple, I'm going to use my pinky and ring finger on those 2 strings in the 5th fret. The 5th fret is where that dot right there is. That's your 5th fret. I'm going to pluck the 2 middle strings, and then you're going to go to your 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and I'm going to use my index finger and middle finger on the 3rd fret and then the 4th fret on the 3rd string. So I'm going to use, so here's on the 5th fret, then your middle finger and index finger will go right there. Then slide them down to the 2nd and 1st fret, and then an open string. So that first line, the introduction, sounds like this. C chord position, G chord position, then the 5th fret, 3 and 4th fret, slide, then open. And then you go straight into the verse of singing. Okay? Let's try that again. The C chord position, then the G chord position, then 2nd and 3rd strings in the 5th fret, then your middle finger on the 4th fret 3rd string and your index finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string. Slide them down So your first finger's in the first fret, second string, and your middle finger's on the third string, second fret. Let's do it up to tempo. Okay, and practice that. Then there's a bridge in the middle with another solo part, which I have on this line right here. Okay, so for this part, you need to start on the 12th and 13th frets. This is difficult because on some soprano-sized ukuleles, you only have 12 frets. But I have found that if you, like here's my 12th fret right here. If you just put your middle finger right on the other side of it, you'll get away with it. So you put your first finger on the 12th fret, and there's a dot right there for you as well, for reference. The 12th fret for your first finger on the first string, and the 13th fret on the second string with your middle finger. Okay, and we're just going to slide down so your middle finger goes to the 12th fret and your first finger goes to the 10th fret. You're going to slide down 2 frets so your middle finger's on the 10th fret and your first finger's on the 8th fret. And you're going to slide so that your middle finger is on the 8th fret, but your first finger is going to go down just to the 7th fret. Then your middle finger slides down to the 7th fret and your first finger slides down to the 5th fret. Then your middle finger slides down to the 5th fret and your first finger's on the 3rd fret. And then your middle finger goes to the 3rd fret and your first finger goes to the 2nd fret. Right here. And then this one's going to be a little bit different. Your ring finger will play on the 3rd fret, like you're playing a C chord, and your first finger will go to the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then you'll just pick up your first finger and play just the 3rd finger, sorry, the 3rd fret, 1st string, and the open 2nd string. So it sounds like this. And you get to here, you're going to switch. This has been your first finger on the first string all along. But at this point, you're going to switch to your ring finger. So you're going to be okay. Your first finger has been on the first string, but now your ring finger is going to go to that first string, 3rd fret, and your first finger is going to move up to the 2nd string, 1st fret. And then at the end is a coda, which is the exact same thing as this bridge until you get to the very end, where instead of only plucking these first 2 strings, you're going to pluck all of them. So it'll be open. It sounds like this. Okay. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and happy strumming.